Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining the 18-day Bhagavad Gita class. We are excited to have you with us on this enlightening journey. So, before we proceed, let's start with a small prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itunamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pucharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasvadesatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are having a very important session on Bhagavad Gita. So this Bhagavad Gita is just not a book. It's a journey through timeless wisdom. It's a mirror for the soul and a manual for life. And I would say it's a bridge between confusion and clarity. So just like Arjuna stood in the battlefield of Kurukṣetra, facing confusion and conflict, today, in the next 18 days, we'll go chapter by chapter, more importantly, step by step, towards inner peace, purpose, and relation to God. So this is just not an online class. This is a soul call. I would repeat this. This is just not an online class. This is a soul call. So I'm sure everyone are looking for happiness, correct? But happiness also comes with suffering. So then, how do we avoid this? How do we avoid this suffering and endure happiness? So we can learn this through this 18 days Bhagavad Gita class. I'm sure you will have a very great time. So before we go ahead, I want all of you to answer this question. Simple question. Ask this question. Hey, have you ever thought like this? Please feel to answer this question. Have you ever thought like this? Hey, wow. I love it. Okay, good. That's right. Amazing. Yes. We need more replies. Wow. Okay, great. Okay. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's look at what it says here. Okay, thank you so much. So in just 18 days, what's happening, Prabhu? Yeah. Okay, just give me one moment. Just okay. So in just 18 days, Gita answers the life's biggest question. This Bhagavad Gita will answer life's biggest question. Who am I? Who is God? Why am I here? Why just don't miss? So I request that if you want answer for all these questions, I just want only one thing from you. Don't miss a single session. That okay with you all? Okay, thank you. So before we embark in today's session, people have questioned, what is this Bhagavad Gita? Like, I'm sure, what is this Bhagavad Gita? Just like a manual coming with any home appliance, like let's say you buy a mobile phone, you buy a washing machine, you buy a mixer grinder, you buy a fridge, whatever you buy, it comes with a manual because it helps one to operate, use that machine or product properly. Similarly, I repeat, similarly, nature created by God comes with a manual given by God. I repeat this. Nature created by God comes with a manual given by God, and that is Bhagavad Gita. Just like we have a Bhagavad Gita for Sanatana Dharma, we also have we have Quran for Muslims, we have a Bible for Christians. But if we don't use the manual, we end up damaging or maybe wasting time not knowing how to use it properly. So we have to use the manual properly. Just like you see in the screen, a doctor gives some prescription to the patient, and the patient need to accept and follow. If he doesn't follow, then he doesn't get cured very fast. Like that, God has given the instruction through Bhagavad Gita, and we need to follow them. Something is coming in my mind. Let me share this to you. Socrates, the great philosopher, right? The great philosopher. When he was sentenced to death, just a day before, he saw a fellow prisoner playing a flute. So Socrates asked him to teach him how to play. The man said, "Why you gonna die tomorrow?" Because as I said you, Socrates sentenced to death tomorrow, and he want to learn how to play flute. And the man is saying, "Anyways, you're gonna die tomorrow. So why do you want to learn?" Socrates replied. He replied, he said, "Let me die with the joy of learning something meaningful." I'm repeating this. Socrates replied, "Still, let me die with the joy of learning something meaningful." So similarly, we are all born in India, where Gita is our spiritual heritage. Even if we don't follow everything, if we don't understand everything, shouldn't we at least make an effort to know what's there in Bhagavad Gita or what Krishna is saying? Because to live this life without ever opening Bhagavad Gita, it's like dying without learning flute. It is said that Bharata Bhumi Hoile Manusha Janma Yara Janma Sartha Kare Parapakara. So it is very important that we should make an attempt to read Bhagavad Gita. So before I go further, I want all of you to please take a sankalp or oath today, that let us all, pray and commit to attend this 18 days class without fail. Let's all together chant once the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So before we embark on this session, we like to dedicate this session to Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. One man from this great land of India at the age of 70, 14 times he circled the globe in just short span of 11 years. What is impossible, he made it possible. He made a revolution. He made peace into happiness. In just short span of 11 years, he constructed more than 108. That's 108 centers all over the world, which is really impossible. But if you see it, when it says impossible, it says I am possible. So this Bhagavad Gita is like a divine ladder with 18 steps, like 18 chapters, right? Racing from Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga and reaching to the highest point, that is Bhakti Yoga, right? So I want all of you to also make some notes, and you can take a snapshot of the slides so that we can optimize and take the best out of this. So today we are heading with the first chapter, chapter 1, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukṣetra. So now you may wonder, how can we cover the whole one chapter in just 1 hour? Is it possible? Don't worry. Don't worry. We are focusing on the most essential slokas that carries the heart of each chapter. All right? So don't have to worry about it. Now, I would request all of you to take a snapshot of this slide. So today we are discussing first chapter with 4 main categories. That is battlefield, the sign of victory for the Pandavas, Lord Shri Krishna's causeless mercy, and the reason for Arjuna's reluctance to fight. I repeat, today the main structure of our chapter is number one, chapter one. We're talking about four important aspects. Battlefield. Now, in battlefield, we're going to speak about the mindset of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Very important. Second, we're going to see the sign of victory for Pandavas. Then, Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy. Then, why Arjuna said, I don't want to fight. So, when it comes to battlefield, why the war started, who all are there on which side. See, like every house or a family, when the property is distributed, there will be some dispute like one brother got more, another got less. So Mahabharata means something like that, Kauravas and Pandavas. So when coming to the sign of victory for Pandavas, I would say, this means Dhritarashtra's sons are getting shattered by the sound vibration of the Panchajanya Shanka, the conchal load by the Krishna and Pandavas. When it comes to Lord Shri Krishna's causeless mercy, we can see how Lord Krishna has become the driver of Arjuna, Parthasarathy. And finally, we're going to speak on Arjuna's reluctance. Why Arjuna is not wanting to fight. So these are the four important aspects we're going to discuss. So if you want, you can take a quick snapshot of the screen. Okay, battlefield, victory over Pandavas, Lord's causeless mercy, and Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. These are the four aspects that we're going to discuss today. Now, first, let's get into battlefield. So in battlefield, we have three categories. The mindset of Dhritarashtra, soldiers, and the mindset of Duryodhana. So here, the two things are very important. On the first category, battlefield. What is that? The mindset of Dhritarashtra and the mindset of Duryodhana. Okay. When it comes to soldier, we just want to know who participated in which side. Okay. I'll share this to you. Maybe you can take a snapshot of that. But before that, I have a question for all of you. Okay. So please answer this question. I'm going to give you a polling now. Just give me one moment. Okay. So what is your state of mind? I just told about Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. I want to know what is your state of mind. Okay. Let me check this. Okay. Yeah. What is? Please answer them. Okay. Quickly. It takes hardly a minute. Wow, fantastic. Okay, great. We need more replies. Let the class be more interactive. Okay. Wow, I like it. I like it. Wow, that's the spirit. Yes, yes. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Okay, okay. I'll end the poll now. Let me share the results to you all. Okay, I stop sharing now. Okay, thank you so much. So before we embark to the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, I want to give you I want to give you a kind of a background. King Dhritarashtra, who was blind, asked about the battle of Kurukṣetra. Although Lord Krishna, he tried to stop the war, but the stubborn Kauravas insisted, no, we want fighting. So they insisted on fighting. Sage Vyasa, who is the author of Mahabharat, who was an incarnation of Lord, he offered Dhritarashtra the divine vision to witness the war, but he declined. Instead, his charioteer Sanjaya was granted that vision. So now, through Sanjaya's eyes, we begin the Bhagavad Gita. So this is the first sloka that we're studying now. There we go. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kuruksetre samavedu utsavaha mamaka pandava chaiva kima kurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukṣetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Wow. What did they do? So now, very important, because we are talking of the mindset of a Dhritarashtra. So the point I want to focus now is on blind affection. What? Blind affection, blind attachment of Dhritarashtra. The Pandavas went through immense suffering. Bhima was poisoned, their house was set on fire, and Draupadi was insulted in the full assembly. Yet, King Dhritarashtra remained silent, unable or unwilling to stop his son Duryodhana's cruelty. This shows the danger of blind affection, blind attachment. When parents, when parents don't correct their children, it can ruin their lives. That's why, children imitate parents. So parents play a role model. It is very important that parents should play a role model and set a good example in front of children. Because children, when they go to school, it's just a bookish knowledge. But the real knowledge, the real essence, they learn from parents. And here we can see that Dhritarashtra's blind attachment, it's ruining their lives. Duryodhana was making blunders, and his father's inaction supported injustice, adharma. Now, the catch is Dhritarashtra is worried. Yeah, he's worried. He should be worried. Why? He knows that the battle is happening in the Kurukṣetra, the land of Dharma. So Dharma should win, but his sons are doing adharma. He knows that his sons are doing adharma. So he's doubtful and afraid about the result. Is very doubtful. So the life lesson is blind affection towards our children is the biggest betrayal we do to their lives. Please take care. So now, before I go further, I have a quick question for you all. Please answer them, because I'm sure many people ask me, how long did this Mahabharata went? How long? For how many minutes did Krishna spoke? So I have a quick question for you. Please answer them. Okay, give me a minute. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I want all of you to please reply this question. Yeah, how long did Krishna take to speak Bhagavad Gita? Wow, good, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, wow, I like that. Fantastic, amazing. Okay, good, good, good. Wow, I love that. Yes, good. Okay, it seems that many of them are seeing Mahabharat in, or maybe, in their childhood, that TV serial, I believe. Okay, good. Wow. I like the answer. Good, 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 good. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm going to end now. Okay, I'm going to share the results. Okay. Yeah, David, now we can see the result. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, I'm stop sharing it now. Okay, good. So now we spoke about the battlefield. We spoke about the mindset of Dhritarashtra. Now let's speak about a little bit of soldiers. So now, who were on Pandava's side and Kaurava's side? Okay, so we see 7 Akshagani, Pandava's side, and 11 Akshagani, Kaurava's side. Right? If you want, you can take a snapshot of this, and maybe in the next slide, I'll show you in details. Okay, 7 Akshagani, Pandava's side, 11 Akshagani, Kaurava side. Okay, good. So now, 1 Akshagani is 2,18,700. That means 21,870 elephants, 21,870 chariot, 65,610 horses, and 1,09,350 soldiers. That is 1 Akshagani. Just imagine. Oh, it's a big number, right? Okay, good. So now, we just spoke about the mindset of Dhritarashtra. Now let us know the mindset of Duryodhana. Right? Actually, one of the meaning of Duryodhana means one who does wrong things. is called Duryodhana. That's one of the meaning of Duryodhana. So here we can see that Duryodhana mindset is very selfish. It's like we get, and we forget. That is what is Duryodhana. Duryodhana mindset is very selfish. Whether they die or not, I need the kingdom. I just need the kingdom. It's in a mera marzi. It's like that. So here I would read the meaning of the sloka. That's sloka number 1.9. There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons, and all are experienced in military science. And the next it says, our strength is immeasurable, and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhishma, whereas strength of the Pandavas carefully protected by Bhima is limited. Look at this. Duryodhana becomes so pride that Karna and Bhishma, they're in their side. But he forgot that Krishna is in the opposite side. Actually, Karna is coming on the 11th day, because Bhishma went to the bed of arrows on the 10th day, and Karna comes on the 11th day. But now only Karna, now only Duryodhana is saying Karnascha, Bhishmascha. Ironically speaking, Duryodhana forgets that Krishna was there before him from very beginning. From very beginning. So this is a mindset of Duryodhana. It's very important. Somebody is selfish, somebody is intoxicated. They don't know what is right, what is wrong. They really have a tough time to make a decision, right? So if you look at this slide, Duryodhana, we can learn that he's a selfish person. He has a lot of pride. But the life lesson, what we can learn is that destroying others for our own gain is an uncharitable act. Neither manpower nor money can bring true success. Only adhering to dharma will save us. Actually, this statement, money is sweeter than honey if it is somebody else's money. So Duryodhana is so much puffed up, so much of pride he has. He thinks, in fact, if you read Mahabharata in detail, it is mentioned that he should never allow anyone to hold umbrella, because he is the top. There's nobody is above umbrella. That much ego, that much pride, that much selfish was Duryodhana. All right. So now let us get into the second topic. We just spoke about the battlefield, where we spoke about the mindset of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. So this is the second topic, the sign of victory for Pandavas. So as I told you, Dhritarashtra's sons are getting feared by the sound vibration of Panchajanya. So let us give more importance on this slide, and we can see here that the sign of victory for the Pandavas. Now, the divine counts, when the Lord's divine count is been blown by Krishna and the Pandavas, it has shattered the hearts of Kauravas. Just like you see a thief gets panic on hearing police siren. So wherever there is dharma, the sign of victory is always there. I repeat this. Wherever there is dharma, the sign of victory is always there. And we can see the blowing of this different conches become uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. So now, very important, we're going to discuss about the victory, the signs of victory for Pandavas. The one we spoke about the divine conch, because it's shattering the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra, and it says Lord Krishna's presence. What does it mean? Wherever Krishna is, victory is sure. That's a sign of divine victory, even before the war began. Then we say Hanuman in Arjuna's flag. Actually, Hanuman on the flag. It's a symbol of blessings from acharyas and divine power. Then it says goddesses Sri Lakshmi. Of course, wherever Krishna is there, she is there. Sign of victory. Wherever there is Narayana, Lakshmi is there. Actually, one name of Lakshmi is Chanchala. Now, it's like, if you want just Lakshmi, then it doesn't work. Like you go to somebody's house, just say, I want your wife, not your husband. How it looks? It looks very ridiculous, right? It looks very absurd. So Lakshmi is Chanchala. She cannot sit in one place. But if you catch hold of Narayana, Lakshmi will be there. That's why, Goddess is Mahalakshmi. Wherever Krishna is, she is there. And that's a sign of victory. And coming to chariot of Agnidev, it's a divine gift to Arjuna during the Khandava forest incident. Okay? So, we just spoke about two aspects now. One is battlefield. Under battlefield, mindset. Remember this mindset of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Okay. Now we spoke about the Pandavas' victory. Now we have two more parts left for today's session. What is that? Lord Shri Krishna's causeless mercy. Okay. So I'll read the sloka before I go ahead. Arjuna uvacha senayurvayor madhye tam sthapityame uchatha yavat etanike aham yuddhave kamam asvitam kermaya saidvayam asimna smadvane. Actually, here you can see Arjuna said, "O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here and who desire to fight, and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms." So, Krishna is the king of Dwarkadesh. Krishna is a God, Supreme Lord. Here we can see how Arjuna is asking Krishna to take me near the two parties. I'm repeating this. Arjuna is asking Krishna to take me near two parties. Senayurubar Madhya, two parties. Now, who is God here? Arjuna or Krishna? Then why Arjuna is commanding Krishna to take my chariot between the two parties if Krishna is God? Right? This is another question for you. Actually, when the war is going to start, Yudhishthir Maharaj told Arjuna that he should go and take help from Krishna. That was a time where even Duryodhana also took an advantage and he went to meet Krishna. So now, when they came to meet Krishna in Dwarka, Lord was taking a power nap. I would say he was taking rest, and it was Duryodhana who came first, He came and he just came to ensure nobody has come. He came and he just sat next to the Lord's head. Because he saw Lord is taking rest, I don't want to disturb him. And then comes our Arjuna. He was late, but he came. And what did Arjuna do? He came, he saw that Lord is taking rest. So he sat near the feet of Krishna. Now, Arjuna was in a deep sleep. Now, the moment he woke up, the first thing is he saw not Duryodhana, it was Arjuna. He saw Arjuna, he said, "Hey Arjuna, how come? What brings you here? How can I help you? How can I serve you?" That's what Krishna is saying. That was the time. It was Duryodhana's loud voice. It says, "No, I came first. I came first. I came first." Then Krishna said, "Okay, you came first, but I saw first, Arjuna." So here is a catch. Now, Duryodhana, though he came first, he sat near a he sat near a Lord's head. That shows he has so much of pride. Whereas this Arjuna, who came a little late, but still he took a very humble position. He just sat near the Lord's lotus feet. So that's why when he opened his eyes, first thing his glance went towards Arjuna. And they know, Krishna know that they have come for some help. So then Krishna also was very clever. He said, "See that you have come to take help from you. I can do one thing. I give you two options. Either I'm not going to fight in the war, or either you can take my Narayana Sena. So you have a choice." And Krishna wanted to give this opportunity to Arjuna first, But Duryodhana was saying, no, I came first. But he said, "See, Arjuna is younger to you. So let him ask first." That was a time you can see this Duryodhana was literally sweating. Why? Because he was very fear whether who's going to who's whether uh, will Duryodhana, sorry, will Arjuna ask, what's happening in the screen, Prabhu? This was a, what do you say? Now Duryodhana was sweating because he wanted to know. He was praying desperately that Arjuna should not ask Narayana Sena. But by the time he was thinking like that, Arjuna said, "Krishna, I need you." Uh, and then you could see a big smile in the face of Duryodhana, and he was telling to himself that, "Look at this Arjuna, such a big fool. He has chosen Krishna. He's a coward boy. He's not going to fight. What are you going to do? But I'm going to have Narayana Sridham." He was very happy and he went back. And that was the time Krishna asked this to Arjuna. "Hey, why did you choose me? I told him I'm not going to fight. No?" And amazing, huh? Amazing answer. Arjuna said, "Krishna, see, I may have hundreds of zeros. What's the value? Value still zero. But if I add one for zero, it increases the value. And that one is you, Krishna. When you are there, victory is there. So this that's the heart of Krishna. So it's very important. Now, this is what I wanted to try to explain you. And finally, Arjuna accepted Krishna as a Parthasarathy. Now, if I ask you a question, because I said Arjuna accepted Krishna as a Parthasarathy, as a driver. Now, if I ask you a question that, let's say, if you have any minister or any great person, if you should ask him, "Can you become my driver? Will you accept the proposal?" No, he will not say that. But this shows Lord's causeless mercy to devotees. So we can see that is the one reason why even Karna also, he demanded Duryodhana that I need to have a king, just like this Arjuna has Krishna, so I also want a king. And that is why, Karna also got a king. His name was Shalya, and he became the Karna's chariot driver. But this was to a ego mentality. So once when Karna's chariot was stuck, he asked his driver Shalya to remove it, and the driver replied was, "I'm sorry." He denied because I'm not a servant, I'm not a cleaner. That's what the reply of Shalya. He was the king. But if you see in the other side of a coin, when Krishna is not only a driver, is also a cleaner. He is a friend, and top of that, he is to take care of the horses. He is to feed them. He is to give complete care. So this shows that how Lord is so much of mercy He has towards His devotees. One thing I want to share that here Arjuna is not envious of Krishna. This is very important thing. Arjuna is not envious towards Krishna. So this is one point I want to share. And yeah, Arjuna in the chariot, when he wants to move right side or left side, he literally, by his feet, he is to hit Krishna's shoulder. But because you want to go right, he used to hit what do you say? Krishna's shoulder by his feet to say, "Go right side, go left side." Because it's a huge war, our voice is not be so audible. It's to literally hit. But even still that time, Krishna is to accept it as a service. That shows, Krishna is so merciful to his devotees. I have one more story in my mind. I'm sure you all be knowing this, the story of Ramana in Srirangam. This is in South India, Srirangam. This happened during Chaturmas, yeah, when there was one Brahmana who was actually holding this Bhagavad Gita ups and down like this, and he was literally crying. There was tears gliding from his eyes, and that was a time Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, was just walking through that side. He saw this poor Brahmana is literally crying like this. Why is he crying? So he went and approached him. "Why are you crying like this?" The Brahmana said, he was so emotionally overwhelmed. He was startled. He's just crying. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "You're crying, is it because you don't know to read Sanskrit? Or maybe you're crying because, all your friends are making fun of you, they are mocking on you? You're crying is it because your guru has told you to read, but you don't know how to read? Why are you crying?" And that was the time, this Brahmana, he said that I'm crying because you see, Krishna is the Supreme Lord and he has become the driver of Arjuna. By seeing this, I'm not able to control my emotion. When he said that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just embraced him and he said, "You have, you have learned the whole Bhagavad Gita." That's what it's very important to know. So, the life lesson what we learn here is that if we seek help of Bhagwan, he protects us completely by his causeless mercy. So we have discussed three important aspects today, right? First thing was battlefield. Under that, we spoke about the mindset of Trashtra and Duryodhana. You're with me, right? Okay. And then we spoke about the victory over Pandavas, right? How Pandavas were victorious because Krishna was with them. And then we spoke about, just now we spoke about the third point, that was causeless mercy. How Lord became the driver to Arjuna, the Lord's causeless mercy. Now, the most important finale of today's chapter is, what is it? Reasons for Arjuna's reluctance to fight. So from chapter 1.28 to 1.46, we could see the reasons why Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Now, before I go further, I have a question for you. Why did Arjuna drop his bow? That's my first question. So I'm going to give you polling. So please answer them. It's very interesting. I'm just doing this for you. Give me one moment. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Why did Arjuna drop his bow? I want all you to reply. Please reply this. Okay. Hey, okay. Wow, wow. I like that. Okay, good, good. Woo. Wow. So many answers. Good, good. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna end this poll now. Let's see the result. Ah, yes, because he saw his loved ones and got emotional. That's right. Thank you. Okay, we'll close this now. Okay, so before we embark into the last part of today's session, why Arjuna said, I don't want to fight. It's a very important session. Please pay attention. Okay, this is from shloka number 1.44. Jis ahopata mahat papam kartam vyavasitha vayam yad rajya sukha lavena kantam svajanam udyatat. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts, driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness. We are intent on killing our own principle. So we can see when Krishna placed the chariot in the middle of both armies, Arjuna saw his own teacher, like Dronacharya, grandfather Bhishma, relatives, and friends on the opposite side. He became shocked and said, "Ha, how strange this is! How can I fight and kill my own loved ones?" Now, out of fear, sorrow, and confusion, Arjuna's hands started shaking, His body became weak, and finally, he dropped the bow, Gandiva. And this shows Arjuna was emotionally overwhelmed. He forgot his duty as a warrior, as a Kshatriya. It's very important to understand this. I'll repeat this. Arjuna was emotionally overwhelmed. He forgot his duty that he was a warrior, as a Kshatriya. Right? Now, I'm going to give you the 5 reasons. So if you want, you can take a snapshot of this. What are the 5 reasons that Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. Okay. The first reason is compassion. And the second reason is giving up. No use of winning. And the third reason is fear of sin. Pap, sin pap lag jayega, they say, na? And the fourth reason was family culture. The Kula Dharma will be destroyed. The family culture. And the fourth is soft-hearted. You know, sorry, not fifth is soft-hearted nature. I'll repeat this: compassion, giving up, fear of sin, family culture, and soft-hearted. Now let us go one by one. Compassion. Arjuna saw his own relatives, friends, and teachers on both sides. His heart melted. He said, "How can I kill my own people?" I repeat this. When Arjuna saw his own relatives, friends, and teachers on both the sides, his heart melted. He said, "How can I kill my own people?" That's the compassion that Arjuna was having. That was one of the reasons why he says, "I don't want to fight." The second thing is giving up. No use of winning. Why? He says, even if I win the three worlds, what's the use if my loved ones die? He says, what is the use, if my loved one dies? No use of winning. Give up. No, it's like that. Compassion and giving up. And third thing is fear of sin. Paap lag jayega this, na? Killing elders like Bhishma and Drona will bring a great sin. That's what he had that fear, He feels by doing this, I'm gonna occur sin in my life, Killing elders like Bhishma and Drona will bring great sin. And these are the people who raised and taught him. So he's literally having that fear. And the fourth point is a destruction of the family culture. Kula Dharma is Varna Shankara Karakai. If a man die, I'm repeating, if men die, women will be unprotected. Correct? If men die, women will be unprotected. Outsiders may misuse them, and children will be confused. They become anatha, no parents for them, So outsiders may misuse, and children will be confused. And finally, family tradition. The dharma will be lost. See, Arjuna is just not, he's very thoughtful, he's very thoughtful. Destruction of family culture. If men die, women will be unprotected. Outsiders may misuse them, and children will be confused, and the dharma will be lost. It's a very genuine point what he's saying. And the last he's saying, soft-hearted nature. Arjuna is not a coward. Please make sure that you are in the right frame. Arjuna is not a coward. He's too soft-hearted and emotional in his movement. And because of this outcome, he is overwhelmed with sorrow and confusion. He is overwhelmed with the sorrow and confusion. And that's how you can see Arjuna drops his bow. And that's why he says, I don't want to fight. He's refusing to fight. So these are the 5 reasons, that Arjuna says, I don't want to fight. And finally, we can see the life lesson, what we learn in this chapter, chapter 1, that the one who realizes the suffering we cause to others and act full mercy of God, and success in life comes. So today we saw Arjuna, the great warrior, became soft-hearted when he saw his own family, teachers, and friends standing on both the sides of battlefield. He was not weak. I'm repeating it. He was not weak. He was not coward, but full of compassion, wanting to give up, fear of that sin, destruction of Kula Dharma, family culture, and overwhelmed the mind that who want to is like overwhelmed mind who want to drop the bow and just sit down like this, totally confused. It's like, I don't want to fight. There's too much Krishna, I don't want to fight. So today, we are with Arjuna. We understand his feelings. We support him today. So how many of you say that the hero of Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna? Or who say it's Krishna? Okay, I'll ask you a question. I'm going to give you polling now. Let's see who's right, okay? Just give me one moment. Okay, Arjuna gave many emotional reasons to not fight. Can you please answer them? Hey, oh, hey, is right emotional but wrong spiritually. Okay. Wow, I like these answers more. Okay, good, good, fantastic. Woo, wow, I love that. Okay, great. Okay, okay, I'm gonna end the poll now. Okay, I'm gonna share the results. Okay, actually, he was absolutely correct. Okay, we'll close this now. Okay, so today we saw Arjuna's pain. His heart was full of compassion. He was not covered. He was not weak. But tomorrow, Krishna is going to speak. Krishna will speak. The whole first chapter, Krishna was just listening. Arjuna was speaking. Now, from second chapter, we see Krishna will speak. So, what will Krishna say? What will Krishna say? Will he agree with Arjuna that Arjuna, you are right, what you said is right? Or will he give a total a different view? So those who come tomorrow will know the real solution to Arjuna's confusion. So before I end the slide, I want to make a quick review. All right. So what are the four reasons? Okay, not the four reasons what Arjuna was trying to stop. Uh, so we went from here. Okay, I'm just give me one moment. I'm just working on the slides here. Okay, there we go. Yes. So we spoke about chapter one, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukṣetra. We spoke about four divisions: battlefield, the sign of victory for the Pandavas, Lord Shri Krishna's causeless mercy, and the reasons for Arjuna's reluctance to fight. So in the battlefield, we spoke about three aspects, but two was very important. What was that? Mindset of Dhritarashtra and also mindset of Duryodhana, right? So we discussed about these two aspects, correct? And then we spoke about the sign of victory for Pandavas. So wherever Krishna is there, there is victory. Esmin tuste, jagat tustam, right? And we can remember the story of a Brahmana in the South India, Srirangam, yeah, Srirangam, where during Chaturmas, he was literally crying. He saw this book was rolling ups and down. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "You're crying because the friends are making fun of you," he said, "No. Why are you crying? I'm crying because you see, Krishna is a supreme Lord. He has become a driver to Arjuna, seeing that he couldn't control, his emotions." And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced him. He said, you know the whole, Bhagavad Gita. That was the causeless mercy of, uh, Krishna. And then we spoke about Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, right? How he became a driver. See here, there's one thing very important to share, very important I want to say. Now, this Karna, he also got a driver who was Shalya, right? But he was in ego mentality. He had an ego. What's ego? EGO. Eject God out. EGO. Ego mentality he had, And when Karna's chariot got struck, so Karna asked his driver to help him. He said, "I'm sorry. I'm not your servant. I'm not a cleaner. I'm just a driver." So this was the attitude of Shalya towards Karna. Because actually it was Karna who demanded Duryodhana. But I also want a driver who is a king, right? But if you see in the case of Arjuna, this Krishna was just not only a driver, he was a cleaner. No, he was a friend who was taking care of the horses, right? And finally he accepted to become a driver to Arjuna. And that shows, the causeless mercy of Lord Sri Krishna. And finally, we spoke about the very, very important aspect, which is a game changer of today's chapter 1. That is the reasons for Arjuna saying, I'm not going to fight. So I'm going to quickly take that slide here, and you all can just go through that and let me know what is your understanding. So 5 reasons he gave that I don't want to fight. What was that? Compassion, giving up. What is the use? No use of winning. I'm going to give up. And then fear of sin. And then we have a social thinking family culture. That is when the Kula Dharma is lost. What are the use? So that's a section of a family culture. And then soft hearted. So these are the 5 main reasons why he said, I don't want to fight. I'll quickly make a recall. What was the first one? Compassion. Arjuna said, no, when I see my own relatives, friends, teachers, my heart is getting melted. And I said, I don't want to kill my people. All right. That was the first reason, compassion. Second, giving up, no use of winning, So what's the use if my loved ones die, So he said, I don't want to do this. And third thing, he was very fear where, by killing my elders like Bhishma and Drona, I may bring great sin. So he didn't want to do that. Finally, section of family culture. He doesn't want to lose his Kula Dharma. If men die, women becomes unprotected. Family tradition will be lost. And finally, soft-hearted. As I told you, Arjuna was not covered. He was not covered. He was not weak. He was just too soft-hearted and emotional in this moment. So this is all the reasons. And finally, as I told you, that the life lesson of today's chapter is to one who realizes the suffering we cause to others and act full mercy of God, and success in life comes. And so only those who come tomorrow will know the real solution to Arjuna's confusion. And finally, finally, don't miss tomorrow's class. That's when real learning begins with Krishna's divine teaching. So I don't want to take much time. We still have 5 minutes to go. So somebody has some question, please ask me questions. I'll be very happy to answer them. Hare Krishna. If someone have any questions, feel free to ask. They say asking question is a sign of intelligence, right? So if you have any questions, please do ask. So you all know. I'm sorry. Okay, I want to. Oh yeah. I want to unmute you, right? How do I do that? Please raise your hands if you have any questions. Okay, I have Naman. Okay, I'm just gonna do that for you. Naman, can you please somebody unmute him? Naman. Okay. Yes, Naman, you're unmuted. Yes, Naman, go ahead. What's your question?
I have a doubt in the last one when the last screen where you shared about this first chapter conclusion. Can you just elaborately explain about it? The last slide. I'm not through with the last slide.
Okay. Okay, never mind. I'll definitely share for this for you. So, okay, you want me to share the slide for you? Or should I just explain for you? So I spoke about the reasons why Arjuna don't want to fight. So I gave 5 reasons: compassion, giving up, fear of sin, destruction of family culture, that's Kula Dharma, then soft-hearted nature. And this is a moment that sets the stage for Krishna to begin the teaching of chapter 2. So the whole first chapter, Krishna was just listening. Arjuna was speaking. So from tomorrow onwards, we will see Krishna is speaking. Would that be okay with you? Hare Krishna, can you hear me that? Okay, I think your voice is, you're muted actually. Okay, fine. I think we have Dr. Radha. I'm going to unmute you now. Yeah, please, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. How do
Yes,
we
please.
actually chant the shlokas which are there in the Bhagavad Gita? I mean, is it a
Very
particular
fantastic.
time or can we do it at any time in a day?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no time restriction. You can chant anytime. And just wanted to give you a knowledge to all of them. What happens when you chant, the Sanskrit slokas? One is you're benefiting by getting the consciousness of the whole Bhagavad Gita. Same thing is, similarly, your memory power also increases. Like when I say Dharma Kshetre, Kurukṣetra, and for example, I'll sort of one prayer, one sloka. It says, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. You see, there's a your tongue is getting twisted, and there's Sanskrit words, and many of the slokas when spoken by Krishna. When you chant those words, what happens? You get immense benefit, and there is no hard and fast rules. Can chant at any time. So I would say that it's always good to start with the Brahma Muhurta, the morning time, because that's the best time. Okay, what time the Brahma Muhurta starts? Just before the sun rises, 1.5 hours before. Let's say the sun is rising at 6 o'clock, so that means from 4:30, it's a Brahma Muhurta starts. No, 4:30, I'm sorry, 1.5 hours before sun rises. Okay, so 6 o'clock, the sun is rising. Okay, so from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, it's called Brahma Muhurta. And the best part is that, whatever activity you do in that time, it has an effect of 5 times in the daytime. So let's say you just chanted one sloka, chanted some mantra, so that has a 5 times impact in the daytime. That's why you see many students, they have a difficult wake up in the morning. Why? Because that is a time where you get a lot of blessings, but then we don't wake up. Why? Because we get nice sleep, we want to sleep. But if you see any great person, what they do, they get up early in the morning. They go to sleep early, get up early in the morning, and they study. So this is my advice to all of the students, that if you really want to do well in your career and study and gain them, then best thing is that wake up early morning. That's very, very important. Thank you. That's a good question, Radha. Okay, we have Anand
Thank
here.
you.
I'm just unmuting. Yes, Ananda, you can ask me a question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna Prabhu. In Bhagavad Gita, there is 700 slokas actually. All the slokas is very, very important. Just to mention that very, very important sloka that memorize for our life, Prabhu, actually. I know that all the slokas, it's very, very important. But the memorization of the sloka, what are all the slokams we need
Yes.
to memorize?
Actually, this is a sign of intelligence, Anand. It's a very good question that you asked. It's benefiting everybody, actually. So, yeah, we all should try to memorize the important slokas. So, what we're planning is, by end of this session, we're going to share you a sheet which has all the important slokas, all the 18 chapters. That is chapter wise. Like first chapter, we have around, let's say 10 slokas. Second chapter, we have, I think second chapter has the most slokas. So you'll have maybe 10 chapters, 10 slokas. So yes, we have selected some very important slokas. And even Srila Prabhupada, who's one Acharya, he also mentioned many very, very important slokas. So like, for example, Mamai Vamsam Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Mansastriyani. So we have such many, many very important slokas actually, which is like very cool Bhagavad Gita. So yes, we will be sharing those slokas by the next 18 days. So stay connected. We'll provide everything, whatever you need. The only answer for all the questions is stay connected for the next 18 days and you will get the result for that. That's a good question, Anand. Thank you so much. It's benefiting everyone. Thank you. Okay, we have someone by name Rashmi Shinoy. Let me unmute her. Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. I just wanted to know if there is any source where we can introduce about the history of how Kauravas and Pandavas were and how the actual battle started. Because I made my daughters sit with me. They do not know these characters. And my younger one just slept off. I'm sorry to say. So maybe if we can introduce, if you provide me some source, videos, or any recommendation of book. They are 11 and 7 years old. So if we can introduce them these characters, then I think it would be easier for them to follow.
No, absolutely, definitely. Why not? We already have such forums, actually. We have such forums already. And if you can actually get into that. So what I would request you is that, you can just send us a chat message what exactly you wanted. We have such forums. I can tell you there are many kids whom I know. They recite the whole Gita slokas.
Yes.
Very. One of my student, I'm also a value education teacher. One of my student, she recites whole 700 slokas, non-stop. And also when she recites, it's not like very abruptly, very clear, crystal. You feel like you want to hear more, So even the parents don't know, but children are able to pick it up. That's why it's very important that whatever knowledge, whatever you want to go, Gomaram, at a very beginning age, we have to give this. People say, Bhagavad Gita, I can have this when I'm 50 years old, 60 years old. No, that's a wrong conception, actually, because this is a crest jewel, actually. This is a crest jewel. So definitely, yes, we do have such forums. So you can definitely, put us a request. You have our chat. You are into a chat community. You can put us a request. We will share the forum. We have the forum, and I'm sure I'll be very happy to see if children are you see Prahlad at the age of 5, he was making the whole school into a Krishna conscious atmosphere. It's very important, and it's a great need of an hour. It's very important. Thank you. We'll do that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Okay, we have once again Naman. I'll just try to. Naman, yeah, you have been unmuted. Naman, you have been unmuted. You have a question? Okay, just give me one moment. Okay, okay, I'm just looking here. Who all are raising hands here? Okay, Naman, we're trying to unmute you, but you're muted actually. You unmute yourself. Naman. Okay, who's next? Okay, we have. If you can raise
Hare
your hand,
Krishna.
that'll be easy for me to. Yes, Naman. Naman, yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Hare
Just
Krishna.
yeah. Like while reciting the slokas, we wouldn't be 100% accurate. And because these shlokas are to be recited with the hearing of gurus, and that is how we start to read Bhagavad Gita. But I have say what I
Your
have read
voice
this
is very
Bhagavad Gita
feeble.
as
Can
it
you
is
just
for
once
say
again
for
speak
20,
that?
25 times throughout all the. You can't even hear. Hello, Hare Krishna. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. Just one moment.
I think I'm not in the correct place. Okay. While
Maybe we can.
reciting the
Yeah.
shlokas, we wouldn't be 100% accurate. The accuracy wouldn't come. As you said, you have a disciple who says very young and she recites all this. So how do we get this slokas, recited with accuracy?
I'm so sorry. I'm not able to hear your voice. Can you be a little more audible so that I can? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm audible now.
Uh,
Okay, I'll just put on the chat. Is it
yeah.
fine?
Now now it's audible. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, while reciting the shlokas, we wouldn't be 100% accurate. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is like we don't get it. Like as
No.
you has said, you had a disciple who recites all like
Yeah.
18 chapters, 700 shlokas without anything. How do we have the practice of doing it? Because I read this Bhagavad Gita as it say about for 20, 25 times I've read, but since I haven't got that accuracy, and that is what I wanted.
Okay, good. Yeah, your question is very clear. So, winner will never quit, and quitter will never win. You decide that you are a winner, okay? And then first thing is that. Second thing is that yes, by practice it is impossible. Third thing is that you have to learn from a right source. Like there are many audios available where it has a proper pronunciation with the slokas and with the audio. So if we can just try to play that and you also just repeat, then I think it can make a big difference. So we have such recordings, in fact, So maybe what you can do is you can send us a request saying that this is a thing. Then we'll share the link for you where you can see children's, and we also have the audio of the whole Bhagavad Gita, 17 slokas, recited in a proper right meter, So you just have to hear them and you just keep repeating that, It's a practice of a couple of days. You've been doing for 25 years, 20 years. I'm sure, you get the result very fast. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Yes, we
Prabhu.
have Lavina Thargan. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Yeah, I'm just doing that for you. Yeah, you have been unmuted. Can you just unmute from your side? Probably it's not happening. You have to unmute from your side. Lavina Thargan, I'm trying to unmute you. You have to unmute from your screen actually. Okay, if somebody is next to you, they can help you out. It's muted actually. Okay, fine. We'll go for Krishna Kumar Ravindra. Okay, yes, sir, you're unmuted. Prabhu, it's not happening. Can you? Yeah, yes.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I would just want to ask, the question is, why Lord Krishna decided to speak this Bhagavad Gita in the midst of the battlefield? Why not under the tree or in the palace or something like that? Why he chose battlefield?
You have a very good question, and the answer even I don't know. Why? Because we're going to discuss tomorrow the second chapter. The first chapter, Arjuna was speaking and Krishna was listening. So now tomorrow I will begin with your question. Why Krishna spoke and why he chose Kurukṣetra, Kurukṣetra. Why not? He could have done in some other place. So it's a very good question, Krishna Kumar. So definitely we'll answer the question. So please come tomorrow. Your question will be answered. That's a very good question. Thank you. Yes. Lavina Dargan has a question, but she's not able to unmute herself. So somebody should unmute from your system actually. Okay. Okay. Okay, no problem. So what I can do now is for you all, I'm going to send you a quiz. So just answer them and your questions will be answered in that. Okay, so I'm going to send you a quick 10 questions for you and make sure that you answer them. Okay. And yeah, I forgot to tell you, we're going to provide you an online international certificate. Okay. So if you really want what you want from the day when you attended, you just have to attend 18 days class. That's it. Okay. Today was the first day. We just, as Krishna Kumar Ravindra had a very good question that why Krishna is not speaking, and if he's speaking, where is he speaking? So he just embarked the question. So all such questions will be answered from tomorrow. So today was just the first chapter where Arjuna was speaking. All right. So be patient. Come tomorrow, and in the next 18 days, all your questions will be answered. I can assure you that. Okay. So now very shortly we're going to send you a quiz. So just answer them, and that would be great to you and myself. Thank you once again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare